Good morning. It's Monday, March 1st. Oh, in Iowa, we're so glad to hear that word March. We're marching towards some warmth, and I know a lot of the world in the Northern Hemisphere feels the same. Today's reflections is sort of twofold. A message came through early morning this morning about Hawaii, well, Chile and Hawaii and the connection. The earthquake in Chile, of course, devastating. Fortunately, somewhat, the country is built to withstand that, unlike Haiti. But the thing the earthquake kicked off in the whole Pacific Basin was an alert about the tsunamis, and in particular, the news media all day long yesterday was focused on the Hawaiian Islands, where they expected a tsunami. But it didn't amount to much, and yet it did, because coincidence? The whole world's attention, millions of human hearts and consciousness were focused on the Hawaiian Islands most of the day yesterday. Those who had the news on, and even those who didn't, kept hearing about it. It was in our consciousness. And what the message was from Ezekiel is this stabilized, this pouring out of heart field and consciousness to the Hawaiian Islands stabilized that Hawaiian Island field. It's one reason they were not inundated by a worse tsunami, and also stabilized the field for what might have been a very immediate upcoming earth change in the Hawaiian Islands. That field is stabilized, at least for the moment. So that brings me to a poem. A friend of mine in Scotland, a client and friend in Scotland, had sent me a Rumi poem, who, of course, he's such wonderful messages. But it goes along with this, so I'd like you to listen for just a minute. Close your eyes if you'd like to. It's called The Guesthouse by Rumi. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some monetary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows, who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. And that's really the message this Monday morning. You know, my whole theme in my emotional healing work is to love it all, learning to love it all. And what Rumi's saying, certainly this earthquake was an uninvited guest. Now there's going to be rebuilding, as we mentioned in Haiti. Haiti needed to be rebuilt. The souls that leave at a time like this are doing it by soul agreement. Of course we feel sorrow. We feel sorrow not so much for the souls who left, but those who suffer from injury or from loss of family. Our hearts encompass them with compassion because we understand the lesson of pain. We understand that that is not really an uninvited guest. It's a guest that we've created so that we could shift our consciousness as we head into the galactic center over these next years. So that's the message this morning, and this Monday morning. And each of you take a minute to look into your own lives, to your own earthquakes, to your own sorrows, to your own guests, some invited and some not invited. And do some work this Monday morning. Right now, who's the most uninvited guest in your life, so to speak? Most uninvited, difficult guest you have. And start bringing that into compassion, into your heart, and into integration. We are truly coming into the end of duality. Integration's the answer. And so have some time this Monday morning. Take some time. And I hope you enjoyed this message. Stay in touch. We still would love more people to go to Egypt with Malku, Alana, and I. We have a good group, 9 so far, but would like more. That's an important journey, bringing the feminine Shakti energy to the Atlantean energy of Egypt. So please explore that, pass that on to your friends. I'll be in Dallas, Fort Worth, doing the Ezekiel 2012 channeling circle and sessions over spring equinox. So have a great week, and I'll see you again on Monday. Bye now.